coming up on STN Channel 2 News. Hartford experienced a major snowstorm last Sunday, marking its heaviest snowfall in 5 years.
Then, during an enforcement action, ICE agents in Minneapolis shot a young man claiming it was in self-defense.
Finally, we'll cover a workshop involving students from the renowned Seoul National University. Stay tuned on STN Channel 2 News. Thank you for tuning in to this semester's first show of STN Channel 2 News. I'm Caroline Casella.
And I'm Michael Corvino. And Caroline, first show back. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling great. I had a great winter break, but I'm so ready to get back to this. How about you?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Wonderful. Well, let's move on to our first package. Our weather correspondent, Natalie Russick, had the opportunity to meet with SGA Vice President Diego Rojas regarding new legislation about ICE presence in the local community.
Vice President Diego Rojas told STN about community initiatives from SGA as they passed their recent legislation regarding local ICE presence.
This is a really dark time for a lot of people, especially people who might be at risk of having a confrontation with ICE. And I think a lot of us forget that, this is happening to people we know, people we love.
We receive an inside perspective about the development process of new SGA legislation and priorities for the UHeart community moving forward.
The idea did come to me over Thanksgiving break and fall. I took it upon myself to contact some senators who might have a connection to this type of issue with their respective communities. We set up a meeting and we collaboratively built this resolution. I know I can confidently say that we have and will work towards a safe campus for all students, no matter of who you are, what you look like, your background, race, gender, anything like that.
Diego Rojas talked about personal and organization-wide goals and plans to provide support moving into the future and urged that UHeart community members come together moving forward.
There is a lot of components of the legislation. For example, educating students on their civil liberties, giving out red cards to show if ICE ever comes to campus. We are taking another course of action where we're going to have a post on our page where immigration resources will be distributed to students. I think the best thing we could do right now is just be there for our neighbors, even if it's just to listen to them. Things like that matter a lot.
For more updates, information, and resources, make sure to follow SGA on Instagram at UHartfordSGA.
On January 24th, Alex Peretti was shot and killed by ICE agents in Minneapolis while attempting to protect a woman that had just been pushed to the ground. A video verified by the Associated Press shows officers pepper spraying Peretti, wrestling him to the ground, and shooting him at least 10 times. ICE agents involved in the killing said they shot in self-defense due to Peretti possessing a firearm, and Donald Trump defended the shooting, saying that you can't have guns, you can't walk in with guns. However, Peretti was a registered gun owner, and the weapon was disarmed by officers before the shots were fired, calling into question the legality of his death.
Connecticut Senate Democrats are pushing new legislation aimed at holding federal employees accountable for civil rights violations. This new proposal in the state Senate allows people to sue federal employees in state court over civil rights violations. This proposal follows after ICE shot another protester in Minneapolis. Democrats argue that filing such lawsuits in federal court is often difficult, leading to legal limits and immunity protections for federal officials. Republicans criticize the proposal, calling it politically motivated. The General Assembly returns to session on February 4th, where the proposal is expected to be introduced.
A 54-year-old man, Thomas Williams, was found deceased in the water near a commercial fishing vessel early on Sunday morning. Williams has been reported missing since Saturday, with the Stonington Police Department leading the investigation, along with assistance from multiple other agencies. Stonington authorities don't suspect foul play, and the incident will remain under investigation.
Coming up after the break, we take a look at how Hartford men's and women's basketball fared in their games this past week. Then, controversy over the Pro Bowl. Find out why fans and players alike are outraged over a replacement player selection. And finally, MLB free agency has seen some major moves. Who signed where and what does it mean for America's pastime? All that and more coming up on STN2 Sports.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Let's get the ball rolling. This is STN Channel 2 Sports.
Hello everybody, I'm Noah Holmgren and welcome back to STN Channel 2 Sports. There's a lot to get into this week, so let's fly straight into it. The Hartford Hawks hosted Western New England University on Wednesday, with the Hawks having aspirations of going 12-7 with a conference record of 6-4. The Hawks would start out hot with a run of 9-3 to start the game, but the Golden Bears didn't back down as they were charged back to take a 16-15 lead, but the Hawks would ultimately enter halftime with a lead of 25-24. However, the second half was a completely different game as Golden Bears captain Luka Vlahovic would come out hot, putting up a double-double as he led the Golden Bears to a 65-55 win over the Hawks. Hawks star Kyle Winters had himself a cold night, scoring 11 points while turning the ball over 9 times. Women's basketball took on Western New England in an important CNE clash. Both teams took a long time to get settled into the game, with the first basket coming 5 minutes into the match. It took WNE until a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter to score their first basket. This slow start led to a halftime score of just 18-9 in favor of the Hawks. Coming out of the half, Ava Nazimento and Paige Winter traded buckets to keep it close. However, Ali Shanlujian took over, scoring 10 points in the final frame alone, giving Hartford a 58-45 win, bringing the Hawks to an 11-8 record, 8-2 in conference. STN2 Sports is making up for lost time as we announce our Hawk of the Winter, a fitting name for this week's selection as Kyle Winters had ice in his veins all break long. The star guard averaged 17 points and 5 rebounds a game while averaging 38% from 3 in a 7-game stretch. As the Hawks fight for a spot in the CNE playoffs, Winters will need to stay red hot in the coldest part of the year. Now let's take a look at this week's upcoming games. On Saturday, Hartford men's track and field will travel to the John Thomas Terrier Classic, and then it's a basketball doubleheader at the Chase Arena as the Hawks host Johnson Wales University. The women's team will play at 1 p.m., followed by the men's team at 3. The NFL Pro Bowl is heading to San Francisco for the first time in the event's 70-year history, but it will not be all glitz and glam. The Pro Bowl has been under fire after rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders was chosen to replace Patriots quarterback Drake May. Sanders had a rocky start to his NFL career, so the selection took many by surprise. What wasn't surprising was a social media firestorm that followed the announcement. Giants tackle Jermaine Illuminor took to Twitter to call the decision laughable, while former Pro Bowl linebacker Sean Merriman tweeted a photo of his signed helmet from his playing days, saying the Pro Bowl used to be a badge of honor. Things have changed. The future for the UFC on Paramount Plus looks to be bright after a stellar first event on the platform. UFC 324 featured electric battles between heavyweights Waldo Cortez Acosta and Derek Lewis, bantamweight stars Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong, and the highly anticipated lightweight fight between Justin Gaethje and fan favorite Paddy Pimblett. The event not only drew great results, but record viewers too. Paramount Plus averaged 4.96 million viewers on the stream, making it the service's most viewed event ever. The company will now turn its focus to tomorrow's event to hopefully break even more records. With the Super Bowl just around the corner, many teams are filling up their head coaching spots before the offseason begins. The most notable names are John Harbaugh signing with the Giants, Kevin Stefanski signing with the Atlanta Falcons, Tennessee hiring Robert Saleh, and Mike McCarthy taking Mike Tomlin's long-held position in Pittsburgh. Some teams hired first-time head coaches, with the Dolphins hiring Jeff Hafley, the Bills promoting Joe Brady, the Browns hiring Todd Monken, and the Ravens replacing Harbaugh with Jesse Minter. The Raiders and Cardinals are still awaiting their head coaching hires. The MLB offseason has kept fans' attention with some big contracts as teams prepare for the coming season. The Los Angeles Dodgers landed star outfielder Kyle Tucker, adding even more firepower to their already stacked lineup. The New York Yankees brought back Cody Bellinger on a 5-year deal, keeping his bat in the Bronx. The San Francisco Giants strengthened their outfield with Harrison Bader, and the Cleveland Guardians locked in a cornerstone bat by extending Jose Ramirez on a 7-year deal. As spring training approaches, teams will continue to shape their rosters. And Michael, I don't know about you, but the weather outside right now, way too cold for baseball.
Yeah, definitely not a good day for baseball, but definitely a great day to grab those skis, grab those snowboards, and hit the slopes.
Yeah, I heard you were snowboarding on campus, Michael. What's that all about?
Yeah, conditions were great. Hit the F-Comp hill and shredded some powder.
Glad to hear. Well, Natalie, why don't you give us the snowy weather update?
Yeah, sure, Caroline. As the snow subsides, the Arctic chill is on the rise. I'm Natalie Resick, here to give you your weather forecast. Sunday brought in a record-breaking snowstorm, including the most snowfall Connecticut has seen in over 5 years. Over 2.5 feet of snowfall across the U.S., causing travel delays, freezing conditions, power loss, and school cancellations. At the University of Hartford, classes were canceled on Monday, and the university didn't reopen until 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Because of the massive snowfall, many students dug out and relocated their cars. When we return, STN reporter Sophia Dellis interviewed students about their start of the spring semester. In other news, Hartford's Black Student Union has released details about their anticipated annual fashion show. Finally, we'll cover your weather forecast for the upcoming days in West Hartford. Stay tuned on STN Channel 2 News for more details.
Think about this. Many of you using drugs out there now are under 18. Do you realize that at 18, you have lived only 1/4 of your life? When you're using drugs, you're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be. And believe me, if you don't use drugs, you can just about be anything you want to be. Listen, you got at least 3/4 of your life to go. That's 3 more lifetimes to you. So don't blow it. Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help. McDonald's wants you to give yourself a chance to find out all the wonderful things you really can be. And so do I.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you! She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand!
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Zane!
Todd's in the hospital.
From vaping. Promise you won't vape, Emma.
Not cool.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Don't look outside. It's STN Channel 2 weather.
After this past storm, the grass isn't looking so green on the other side of the fence. Let's take a look outside. Well, it's looking like a lot of snow on the ground, definitely some aftermath. We are seeing a lot of sun, very minimal clouds, but we are still experiencing some very cold conditions. I would highly not recommend going outside, especially without a jacket. We see the little stream over there, completely covered. We're not seeing any water flow, but I would definitely make sure that if you're going out there for any reason, make sure to bundle up. And let's take a look at the weather updates. In Hartford CT, we have a 17-degree temperature with a feels-like temperature of 8 degrees with some sun, a few clouds in the sky here and there, and wind of 12 miles per hour coming in from the northwest. And then in Stowe, Vermont, we have a temperature of 6 degrees, feeling like 3 degrees. Again, cloudy, some sun, with wind of 7 miles per hour, again coming in from the northwest. And then our 6-day broadcast over here. Tomorrow we're still staying in the 20s, going down to 7 at the low, and then we're going up to the 30s for the rest of the week. Still staying cloudy, some sun, and we have our Tuesday that's going to be the highest this week with a low of 12 degrees.
Well, the weather's been really snowy out. I hope that you've been doing okay in all the snow, Natalie.
Yeah, it's definitely been really cold. I'm missing that spring weather, all the nice foliage and everything. I'm looking forward to putting those jackets away.
Totally, me too. Thank you so much, Natalie.
Thank you guys.
For this week's Campus Focus, the university worked to restore campus life back to normal after last Sunday's winter storm immobilized students.
Facilities officials said the campus is on track to recover despite the challenges students, faculty, and staff have faced after the storm.
Obviously been some disruption in your normal day-to-day, but hopefully everything will be back to normal.
During and after the storm, facilities teams worked to restore campus operations as quickly as possible, focusing on clearing parking areas and improving access.
What we're doing to help is try to get the parking all situated, get you guys that are basically buried, have been buried since the storm, get your cars cleaned off, get the lots cleaned out. And so we'll clear one lot completely clear so all of you guys can move over to that lot temporarily. And then the lot you were in that you were buried in, we'll clear that so you can move back.
This week, STN2 reporter Sophia Dellis asked students how the beginning of their very snowy spring semester is going.
It might be snowing outside, but the new semester is in full swing. I'm here at Commons to ask students how their new semester is going. And how were your first couple classes of the semester so far?
It's been pretty hectic, a little bit, I would say.
They've been really good. We're in some new classes this semester for vocal performance, and it's very fun, and I'm excited.
My first couple of days of class were pretty smooth. I'm still kind of like adjusting to like overall campus, and this time I had like a range of just walking over to East Hall, then to Dana, then Hilliard, rather than just having all my classes in one building. So it was pretty interesting getting to see and meet different faculty members and seeing a couple of buildings that I just never got to see the inside of.
Students had a slow start to the semester, having the day off because of heavy snowfall.
I expected to have way more, and then the snow happened. But I mean, yeah, no, my classes are pretty chill. They're kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good semester.
I was sick and bedridden the entire time, but honestly, I'd rather be sick on snow days than like have to miss class, so it was kind of okay.
I've been doing a project for the past like 3 days for the opera that we are both doing proof for that you should come watch.
There's a lot to look forward to in this upcoming semester.
I'm hoping that I get to meet some new people that are on campus. There's a good amount, a lot of returning faces also, but I just love meeting people and conversing and talking to them and figuring out, you know, what they're into.
Seems like everybody's having a great semester so far despite the winter weather outside. For STN Channel 2 News, this is Sophia Dellis.
It seems UHart students are having a great start to their semester despite the snowy conditions.
Attention all fashionistas. The University of Hartford's Black Student Union has announced the date for their anticipated annual fashion show. Mark your calendars for Saturday, February 28th, as BSU brings a night runway creativity culture for this year's fashion show. The theme aims to center fashion around magazine culture, combining two concepts into what will surely be an interesting show. The event, also a fundraiser for BSU Book Fund, will take place in Lincoln Theater at 6 p.m. with doors opening at 5 p.m. Tickets are $15 for students and $35 for outside guests. STN will be covering the event once again this year, and it will not be a fundraiser to miss.
Music students from Seoul National University came to showcase a traditional Korean music workshop and perform in collaboration with the Hart School's jazz department.
On Wednesday, Professor Ju Young-ha led a music event which taught the audience about Korean music, its instruments, and other customs.
Every year I direct
a multicultural music festival at the University of Hartford. And of course, every year has a different theme. So I decided to bring Korean musicians to the university community. And then luckily, Seoul National University students, they were interested in coming here.
Composer Robert Carl, whose piece will be played at the jazz concert, spoke on what he enjoyed about the workshop.
Just hearing the overall sound of the ensemble, also the individual instruments, which are so distinctive, but when they come together in that piece that they just played, the shaman piece, it was a really extraordinary sound.
Carl then shared his knowledge on the distinct features of traditional Korean music.
There are very sharp sounds, very great differences of colors of instruments, that they're very distinct from one another in the way they sound. And also what's called the attack on so many of these instruments is very dramatic.
I also spoke to Sunju Lee, one of Seoul University's music students, about her later performance with the Hart students.
It's my first experience to perform with another nation music college, so it's pretty fun to me. People do not know well with the Korean traditional music. I want the audience to know how Korean traditional music is beautiful.
For more information, please contact Professor Ju Young-ha, who put the event together. I'm Ayana Kelly Frazier reporting for STN Channel 2 News.
Professor Ha does these events every year. Look out for more future multicultural music events. Contact him for more information at ha@hartford.edu.
After the break, Hartford's mayor highlighted local homeless shelters and their increase in capacity.
Then, the social media app TikTok faces controversy after triggered various concerns from its users.
Finally, NASA's newest spacecraft is scheduled to launch this year with a destination that hasn't been visited in 50 years. Stay tuned on STN Channel 2 News.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
It's the best time of the week. We're back with STN Channel 2.
As winter weather has continued to hit Hartford, Mayor Arunan Arulampalam has cited an increase in capacity at local homeless shelters. It has been a long time since a storm the size and severity of Fern has ripped across New England. In the time between intense winters, the homeless population has grown drastically. According to Arulampalam, as a result, the city and its officials have made a conscious effort to increase the amount of spaces allocated to people seeking shelter. During a press conference on Sunday, Arulampalam said, "We don't want people to die just because they don't have a place to be. Obviously, a ton of snow is falling. We don't want anybody to be outside. That goes for every single member of this community."
In other news, everyone's favorite social media platform, TikTok, is under fire after a very eventful week for the company. TikTok sparked controversy and concern on Monday after power outages took one of the platform's data centers. As a result of the app had slow load times and unregistered views. More pressing was the lack of videos on the platform about news in Minneapolis and Jeffrey Epstein. Governor Gavin Newsom has launched an investigation on whether this was censorship on anti-Trump content. This comes just days after TikTok was bought in a joint venture by Oracle Silver Lake and Saudi-based MGX to avoid a U.S. ban.
After more than 50 years without a crewed mission to the moon, NASA is sending Artemis 2, a crewed lunar flyby, back to space. This mission will go around the moon with a 4-astronaut crew testing its life support and navigation systems. Artemis 2 will also serve as a precursor to future missions to landing on the moon, targeted for 2028. The launch is currently in its testing phase, but the real launch could happen as early as February 6th.
Famous rock climber Alex Honnold climbed one of the tallest buildings in the world last Sunday morning.
Imagine being inside a skyscraper and seeing a man climb the outside of the building. This remarkable scene became real when American rock climber Alex Honnold scaled one of the world's tallest skyscrapers. The Taipei 101 is an iconic building with 101 stories and 1,667 feet, ranked the tallest building in the world from 2004 to 2010. Honnold climbed the skyscraper with no ropes or protective equipment and is the first one to do so.
There's training, there's rehearsal, there's the 30 years that I've spent as a professional climber practicing this exact kind of thing. I would consider that a safety net. But no, if you mean, is there an actual net deployed? No, there isn't.
The 95-minute climb was transmitted live by Netflix with a 10-second delay.
Basically, you don't get permission to do this unless it's some kind of, I don't want to call it a spectacle, but some kind of thing.
People watched from below and inside the building, including his wife who waited for him at the 60th floor. The climber also talked about the risks that come with climbing.
The thing with all the climbing and this outdoor stuff is that you're choosing the risks that you're taking because they add value to your life.
Honnold climbed up the building without looking tired or out of breath, and with enough energy, snapped a selfie at the end of his climb. The climber is recognized for making history in the Oscar-winning documentary Free Solo, and has made history once again. This is Liz Arias reporting to you on Extreme Stunts.
Alex Honnold once again redefined what's possible and reminded us that for some limits aren't meant to be climbed.
Well, guys, that's our first show for this semester. Look at us.
Look at us.
Yeah, well, we're all back. What have we all been doing to keep busy this semester?
A whole lot of bed rotting.
Yeah. How was your winter break for that as well?
It was long. It was really long. Feels good to be back.
Oh, for sure. How about you, Noah?
Yeah, definitely very happy to be back here. Been trying to apply to some internships. Been doing a lot of bed rotting, as you said. Homework starting to build up. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far in the snow.
Yeah, sounds like you're being very productive despite our snowy descent. But Natalie, how was your winter break?
There was, some work going on, but I would definitely say that I have been on the lazier side, just staying in bed, especially with the snowstorm coming in. I did not leave my dorm.
Yeah, this snowstorm's been absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the snow has been crazy. I'm from Ohio. I'm kind of used to this, but, it's a little crazy for the Northeast, apparently. So how have you guys been dealing with that?
Yeah, I mean, went sledding with a couple friends a couple days ago. It was a lot of fun. I saw a couple people skiing and snowboarding.
Yeah, Michael, talk about that.
The F-Comp Hill by Commons and F-Comp. A lot of people were snowboarding there, sledding. They were doing anything but a sled because not a lot of people have sleds. So people were taking out covers for their bins, going down bins, garbage cans, garbage bags, everything that you can imagine.
Yeah, I think I saw an air mattress actually too, which I thought was really clever, I wouldn't think about that, but as long as you stay on the air mattress, I don't see why that shouldn't be an issue.
I don't know, at some schools they do have an annual thing where they take the mattress off their beds and then just go down hills.
That's really fun.
That's what everybody does. They just take their mattresses.
I feel like I would fall off mine because our beds are really small. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah. Well, I know it was a really big effort trying to get cars dug out of all the snow this past time. I mean, I had a lot of snow in front of my car. The person next to me actually shoveled all of their snow from their car to the back of my car.
Oh, nice of them.
Yeah, that wasn't really kind of them, but it's okay. We had a lot of fun, and we figured it out. But yeah, I know the athletic department did a really great job coming and helping the community, and facilities really offered a bunch of different shovels. I didn't have a shovel. I was using a small little trash bin, so getting a shovel really helped. Do you guys have cars on campus? How is that for you?
I do. I hope it could still start because I haven't gone to it since last week.
Yeah.
So there's a chance I might need a jump start.
Oh, yeah. I know a lot of people have had issues with their car batteries recently, so be very careful and vigilant regarding that.
Cold is unforgiving with batteries.
Oh, yeah. And the tires.
Yeah.
Very crazy. Well, I heard that the Olympics are happening soon. You want a quick update on that?
Yeah, definitely. The Olympics are starting in about 6 days. Unfortunately, Lindsey Vonn, American skier, recently crashed in her final race just before the Olympics, had to be airlifted to a local hospital. She said that she's going to be okay by the Olympics and hopes to be able to race, but it remains to be seen But yeah, have an Olympic hockey starting, which I'm very excited for, and the entire event is going to be awesome.
Yeah, well, that's really unfortunate, but I hope we all figured out. I'm excited for the Olympics, and that sounds like that's our show. So I'm Caroline Casella.
I'm Michael Corvino.
Have a great night, everyone.